Wang Lin turns the entire hall against Master Void, triggering a high-stakes ambush where multiple top-tier experts unite to hunt him down. No need to wait for the next episode. The full audio novel is already available on my website. Check it out below. daoaudio.org. The instant that sharp laughter echoed, Wang Lin saw a bald figure walking through the void itself, approaching with startling speed. Below, Wang Lin's eyes shone. What a fine disciple of Qing Lin to trap this demon within a restriction. Bei Lu took a few steps forward, then noticed Wang Lin. Surprise flickered across his face. You actually made it here. A strange light gleamed in his eyes. Coldness flashed through Wang Wei's gaze. He gave a low snort and stepped forward. His right hand formed a seal, and at once a curtain of rain appeared surging toward Bei Lu. Hu Huan stepped into a nearby restriction. She bit the tip of her finger, then swiftly traced a strange rune in the air. As the rune formed, it radiated waves of ghostly light. At that very moment, all the restrictions on the 6th floor of the Celestial Emperor Cave seemed to awaken. They lit up simultaneously as if triggered together. From every direction they converged, flying straight toward ancient demon Bei Lu. The sky filled with restrictions. At Hu Huan's gesture, they gathered as one. Ancient demon, Bei Lu pressed his hands outward. A powerful surge of demonic energy erupted, forming a vortex that twisted violently around him. This demon has no wish to fight you too. His voice echoed from within the vortex, distorted and trembling in the ears. You seek to save Qing Lin. I pursue the ancient devil Ta Jia. Though our goals differ, we can cooperate. You alone cannot break Ta Jia's seal. With me, your chances will rise. Wang Lin was already injured. His face turned pale at once. He took out several pills and swallowed them, forcing the origin energy in his body to circulate before they could even dissolve fully. What do you say to my proposal? Bei Lu's voice carried demonic intent. If we continue fighting, you cannot save the Celestial Emperor, and I cannot kill Ta Jia. In the end, we only benefit him. He spoke this way because he truly feared Wang Wei and Hu Huan acting together. Hu Huan controlled all the restrictions here. When he had left the Celestial Burial Pool, he had already clashed with them on the 4th floor. That battle had been vicious beyond measure. Neither side could kill the other. Yet because of Hu Huan, Bei Lu had been trapped for months. He had not come here to fight again, but to cooperate. Hu Huan's eyes lit up. She glanced at Wang Wei. As Wang Wei stared at Bei Lu, the coldness in his eyes gradually faded. He waved his hand, dispersing the curtain of rain, and spoke calmly. All right. Relief flickered in Bei Lu's heart. He descended to the ground, though he kept a cautious distance from the pair. His gaze shifted to Wang Lin, and he laughed. Little brother Wang, your cultivation has improved again. However, if you do not treat your injuries soon, they will affect your future cultivation. Forget it. This demon could only reach this place because of you. I doubt anyone else would have let me in. I have medicine that can help you, but your injuries must have been inflicted by someone. Tell me his name. I will kill him for you to repay your favor. Wang Lin's expression remained cold. With his insight, how could he fail to see the provocation hidden in those words? Bei Lu was clearly surprised that Wang Lin had made it this far. He did not understand Wang Lin's relationship with the celestial cloud couple. Wang Lin revealed a faint smile. He clasped his hands. Many thanks, Lord Ancient Demon. If the one who injured me appears, I will tell you. I only ask that you do not go back on your word. Bei Lu's eyes gleamed. He laughed and did not pursue the matter further. It was not convenient to bring out Qing Shuang's body now. Wang Wei instead took out a pill sealed in green wax. A trace of remembrance appeared in his eyes as he handed it to Wang Lin. This is a green pill my teacher gave me. Whether you cultivate celestial spiritual energy or origin energy, as long as it is energy of this world, any injury can be instantly healed upon taking it. I do not have many left. You may choose to use it now or save it. As he spoke, Wang Wei cast a cold glance at Bei Lu. In truth, he had only 3 in total. One was with Hu Huan. 2 remained with him. The moment Bei Lu saw the green wax, greed surged in his eyes. He was all too familiar with it. when he and ancient devil Tajia had ambushed Qing Lin even in his severely wounded state. This very pill had allowed Qing Lin to resist fiercely. It had been the key to their failure. Giving him this pill means they are extremely close to Wang Lin. And it also suggests they have more. Whether true or not, if a real battle begins, it will be troublesome. Bei Lu withdrew his gaze. Wang Lin held the pill but did not take it. He stored it instead. Under Hu Huan's guidance, they moved toward the dark fog at the center of the 6th floor. Zhou Yi floated silently at Wang Lin's side. Wang Lin was weak. Someone had to guard him. Xu Yi would not leave. Soon the dark fog appeared before them. Hatred filled Bei Lu's eyes as he looked at it. If not for his earlier failure, ancient devil Tajia would never have seized that opportunity. Still, perhaps it is not entirely bad. Qing Lin is not so easily dealt with. Tajia cannot have succeeded, or he would have already left. After stepping into the palace, Wang Lin immediately noticed a stone tablet standing on the ground. It was about 20 feet tall, bearing only a single handprint. Wang Wei looked at Bei Lu. The final 3 floors are teachers' private chambers. I do not know if anything has changed. To improve our chances, we should wait for more people to arrive. Wang Lin, take this time to heal. You need the strength to protect yourself. Wang Lin narrowed his eyes. He could not see through the celestial cloud couple. They showed no urgency to proceed. Instead, they chose to wait. Ancient demon. Bei Lu raised no objections as though he shared the same thought. Do not overthink it. Focus on healing. I have already sensed their strangeness, but they will not harm us. Zhou Yi's voice echoed directly in Wang Lin's mind, transmitted through a secret method unique to sword spirits. Wang Lin lowered his head. A faint light flickered in his eyes. He sat down but did not use the green pill. Instead, he took out other pills, inspected them carefully, and swallowed them one by one. Then he closed his eyes and began to heal. Even so, he did not withdraw his divine sense. Though it slowed his recovery, he had to remain vigilant. Time passed slowly. In the blink of an eye, 7 days went by. Wang Wei and Hu Quan sat in meditation as if cultivating. Ancient demon Bei Lu did the same. Wang Lin exhaled a breath of foul air. His injuries had improved slightly, though hidden dangers remained. Fortunately, he had enough pills to fully recover. He took out more and swallowed them after careful inspection. His divine sense, however, remained spread out, fixed upon the entrance. He was waiting for Master Void. He believed that Master Void's group of 3 would arrive first. Time stretched endlessly within the hall. It became easy to forget its passage. Under the constant effect of pills, Wang Lin's injuries gradually healed. This was now the 27th day since they began waiting. At noon, Wang Wei and Hu Huan opened their eyes simultaneously, turning toward the entrance. Ancient demon Bei Lu had already done so a moment earlier. Wang Lin's divine sense detected fluctuations. He opened his eyes. A mysterious light flickered within them as he looked toward the door. A figure slowly stepped into the hall. It was a woman surrounded by drifting snowflakes. The flakes danced around her, ethereal and beautiful beyond words. It's her. Wang Lin withdrew his gaze. The first to arrive was not Master Void's group, but the girl in pink, suspected to be the brilliant Void Saintess. Her expression was calm. Her beautiful eyes swept across the hall, lingering for a moment on Wang Lin. She said nothing, simply found a corner and sat down. Less than 7 minutes later, Wang Lin once again sensed fluctuations outside. He looked up. 3 figures entered the hall. Master Void, the beautiful woman, the man in black. The moment they appeared, all eyes turned toward them. Master Void immediately noticed Wang Lin. A monstrous killing intent flashed in his eyes. At the same instant, Wang Lin saw him. Wang Lin spoke coldly. Lord Ancient Demon, he is the one who injured me. The moment those words fell, Wang Wei and Hu Huan both turned to stare at Master Void. Even Ancient Demon Bei Lu looked at him, smiling faintly, yet without warmth. Killing intent surged in Zhou Yi's eyes as he floated forward, approaching Master Void. The sudden shift caused Master Void's heart to tremble. Cold sweat broke across his forehead. His pulse raced wildly. In just a few short months, what had Wang Lin done to gain the support of these people? The celestial cloud couple, and that strange bald man. Even at his peak, he would have treated them with caution. But now he was gravely injured. Half his origin soul was missing. His cultivation had fallen from peak Nirvana Shatterer to the mid-stage. He did not dare move. He did not dare retreat. Every gaze in the hall locked onto him. Any movement might trigger an instant assault. "I am Master Void of the Cultivation Alliance," he said, forcing himself to remain calm. "Junior brother of the head elder Master Zhongshuan. What is the meaning of this? Cultivation Alliance?" Wang Wei cast a cold glance at Master Void and slowly shook his head. Such a lofty status. Hu Xuan smiled faintly, her gaze drifting casually toward Master Void. Neither she nor her husband had ever placed much weight on the Cultivation Alliance. It was not that Master Zhongshuan or the Alliance lacked strength. Rather, they carried their own pride. Especially Wang Wei, his arrogance had once been known throughout the entire celestial realm. Though the passage of endless years had tempered his outward demeanor, making his temperament less easily revealed, the pride etched into his bones could never be erased by time. Wang Wei and Hu Huan were disciples of the strongest being of the celestial realm, Celestial Emperor Qing Lin. They had already gained fame in the era when the celestial realm still stood, long before the Cultivation Alliance had even come into existence. At that time, it had merely been a gathering of lowly Qi cultivators from the lower realms. Ancient demon. Beilu let out a grin, his eyes brimming with ridicule. As an ancient demon, he naturally looked down upon this relatively new organization known as the Cultivation Alliance. He had already been renowned in the outer realms, back when the sealed realm still belonged to the celestial realm. Moreover, though he had been trapped for countless years within the demon spirit land, he had learned much about the Cultivation Alliance from the cultivators who came and went. In truth, he understood far more details than most. Your senior brother, Master Zhongshuan, was already a famous figure before the collapse of the celestial realm. He was regarded as one of the strongest among Qi cultivators. When the celestial realm fell, he was among the first alongside the Azure Dragon Divine Emperor of the Four Divine Sect to risk his life in plundering its remnants. In the end, through some unknown method, he obtained most of the inheritances of the Reign Celestial Realm. Only then was the Cultivation Alliance established. I, Beilu, do admire such a man. But you... Beilu shook his head slowly, mockery deepening in his gaze. Master Void's expression darkened. The weight of their gazes stirred anger within him, yet he forcibly suppressed it. Raising his hand, he pointed at Wang Lin and said, "I have a personal grievance with this junior. Since you fellow cultivators have intervened, I will set this matter aside for now. I promise not to trouble him while we remain within this cave. I presume you have all come to cooperate in entering the next level. Why ruin the atmosphere? If it affects our chances, it would not be worth it." Countless thoughts raced through Master Void's mind as he spoke. His words were carefully chosen. First, he feigned weakness, stepping back from conflict with Wang Lin. Then he shifted the focus, implying that conflict would harm everyone's interests. For someone of his cultivation and status to speak in such a manner was the height of humiliation. All his suppressed fury gathered upon Wang Lin. Though his killing intent remained hidden, it had grown even more intense. The black-clad man beside Master Void stepped forward silently and sat down, clearly indicating he would not involve himself. Only the beautiful woman remained at Master Void's side, her face pale. Wang Wei withdrew his cold gaze. Killing Master Void would not be difficult, but it would bring unnecessary trouble. After all, he was still a Nirvana Shatterer. Even gravely injured as Master Zhongshuan's junior brother, he surely possessed hidden spells and treasures. For Wang Wei, rescuing his master was the priority. There was no need to rush vengeance for Wang Lin. Seeing the situation ease, Master Void relaxed inwardly. Yet at that very moment, Wang Lin stood up. Master Void's pupils shrank sharply as he stared at him. The instant his gaze locked onto Wang Lin, Zhou Yi released a chilling aura. His body transformed into a streak of sword energy, shooting straight toward Master Void. As Zhou Yi moved, Wang Lin stepped forward as well. His hand formed a seal. Flames ignited within his eyes. Fire surged from his right arm, rapidly condensing into a vermilion bird before him. The vermilion bird let out a piercing cry and charged forward alongside Zhou Yi. "You seek death." Killing intent flared within Master Void's eyes. He waved his right hand, and a yellow vortex appeared from thin air, sweeping forward. Wang Wei had not intended to act, but seeing Wang Lin and Zhou Yi strike, he could not remain idle. Zhou Yi could not be allowed to die, and Wang Lin, he had brought Qing Shuang here. He too must not fall. With a quiet sigh, Wang Wei pointed ahead. A curtain of water appeared, radiating five-colored light as it surged forward at incredible speed, instantly colliding with the yellow vortex. "Seal," Wang Wei said calmly. At his word, the five-colored curtain transformed into vapor, spreading around the vortex before rapidly contracting. Soft popping sounds echoed as the vapor merged with it. The vortex faltered. Its rotation ceased. Then it collapsed entirely, breaking into countless fragments of dirt that scattered in all directions. Master Void's scheme was shattered by Wang Lin's bold assault. Wang Lin's decisiveness and cunning shocked him deeply. Such resolve. Even Master Void knew he could not have acted so boldly at that age. Among all the juniors he had encountered, few could compare. With the vortex destroyed, the vermilion bird surged through, its flames erupting with terrifying heat as it charged toward Master Void. If not for the iron sword, Master Void would not have cared about Wang Lin's attack. What concerned him were Wang Wei Hu Juan and Bei Lo. Facing the incoming strike, Master Void slapped his storage bag. A small pouch appeared. With a strike, purple ashes poured out. The ashes transformed instantly into a mire, emitting a foul stench that surged toward Wang Lin and Zhou Yi. Bei Lu smiled faintly and stepped forward. In a single step, he appeared atop the mire and inhaled deeply. A whistling sound rang out as the mire was completely drawn into his mouth. Greed filled his eyes. He licked his lips, then appeared beside Master Void, his hand reaching out. Master Void's expression changed drastically. He retreated without hesitation, forming seals with both hands as thunderous roars echoed throughout the hall. At that moment, the vermilion bird closed in its heat, overwhelming. Master Void roared. His origin soul emerged, surrounding his body as he pointed toward the vermilion bird. With the force of his cultivation, the vermilion bird shattered under that single point. Yet Master Void did not pause. He moved sideways, attempting to shake off Bei Lu. But Bei Lu was faster. He pursued relentlessly. Popping sounds echoed again and again, and with each sound, Master Void's face grew paler. As Bei Lu gave chase, demonic energy surged from his body. He raised his hand, casually unleashing spells without forming seals. Countless techniques erupted, their brilliance dazzling the eyes. Master Void had no chance to retaliate. He could only retreat, struggling to resist. What troubled him further was that the shattered vermilion bird reformed once more. Its flames burned even more fiercely as it lunged at him again. No matter how many times Master Void destroyed it while fleeing from Bei Lu, it would reassemble from the flames as if it possessed an undying soul. Zhou Yi remained a streak of swordlight, following closely. He did not approach recklessly, but the moment an opening appeared, he would strike without hesitation. The beautiful woman hesitated, about to step forward, when Wang Lin suddenly cast a cold glance at her. That single look made her recall his earlier words on the first level and the terrifying might of the iron sword. Her raised foot froze mid-air. She averted her gaze, and the thought of aiding Master Void vanished instantly. Master Void's face turned even paler. If that were all, it might have been manageable. But then Wang Wei unexpectedly stepped forward, joining the assault. Together with Bei Lu, he formed a pincer attack, sealing off all escape. Seeing Wang Wei move, Master Void grew desperate. He roared, "If you refrain from interfering, I will relinquish all claims to treasures within this celestial Emperor Cave, and I will help you break through the restrictions here." Wang Wei's eyes narrowed. Even Beilu paused slightly, his gaze tightening. At that very moment, a fluctuation came from outside the hall. Someone else had arrived. The All-Seer entered slowly with Ling Tianhu beside him, and the gourd-bearing old man following behind. Seeing the chaotic battle within Ling Tianhu was startled. The All-Seer, however, revealed a knowing look as though he had foreseen everything. A faint, unreadable smile appeared on his lips as he gazed at Master Void. All-Seer, help me. Master Void retreated hurriedly. But at that instant, Wang Lin formed a seal with his right hand. The vermilion bird condensed once more, but instead of striking directly, it collapsed into a sea of flames beside Master Void. In that fleeting moment, Zhou Yi's swordlight erupted with unprecedented ferocity. A trace of the aura of a pseudo-Nirvana void treasure emerged as he charged straight into the sea of fire directly toward Master Void. Master Void suddenly turned around. His hand rose, forming a seal as he prepared to cast a spell. Yet at that very moment, the All-Seer's lips moved ever so slightly. Master Void halted at once. It was as though an unseen force had cut through his casting and severed it midway. His expression shifted drastically. In that instant, Zhou Yi pierced through the flames and closed in. His speed was terrifying. In a blink, he struck Master Void square in the chest. Thunder roared through the hall. Master Void coughed up blood and staggered backward several steps. Cracking sounds echoed beneath his feet as the ground he stepped on crumbled into powder. The sword energy dispersed and reformed into Zhou Yi. His face was pale, his body faint and almost transparent. A vast amount of spiritual energy had left him. He looked as though he might vanish at any moment. Though his strike had injured Master Void, he himself had paid a heavy price. Zhou Yi retreated to Wang Wei and Hu Juan's side. He sent a message to Wang Lin. Wang Lin, my sword energy wasn't enough to kill him, but I forced his old injuries to erupt. They're worse now. With that, Zhou Yi sat down and began to heal. He produced pills from somewhere and swallowed them without hesitation. These pills were made specifically for spirit bodies. They did not resemble ordinary pills, but streams of flowing spiritual energy. Master Void's face turned deathly pale. He had already been gravely injured, suppressing his wounds along the way to prevent them from worsening. Yet Zhou Yi's desperate strike caused everything to erupt again. His cultivation fell once more. Though he had not yet dropped to the early stage of Nirvana Shatterer, if his injuries worsened further, it would not be far off. For the first time, a chill crept into his heart. He retreated several steps. His right hand formed a seal and pressed against his body, barely stabilizing himself. Even so, he coughed up more blood. His expression was ferocious. But his gaze was not on Wang Lin or Zhou Yi. It was fixed firmly on the All-Seer. The All-Seer remained calm. Master Void's stare caused him no discomfort. He spoke lightly. "Fellow cultivator Master Void, I would only dare to assist you when you are in such a state." Then he looked toward Wang Wei and Hu Juan, smiling faintly. "I hope the celestial cloud couple will give this old man some face. Let us set aside personal grievances for now and focus on reaching the next floor." Ling Tianhu's expression darkened. He clearly saw that the All-Seer had secretly intervened. Without a word, he stepped beside Master Void and cast a cold gaze toward Wang Lin and the others. The old man on the gourd stood silently, his expression indifferent. Yet his position spoke clearly. He stood with the All-Seer and Master Void. At the same time, the girl suspected to be the brilliant Void Saintess rose and walked to Master Void's side. Her beautiful eyes swept across the group before settling on Wang Lin. She spoke softly. "Fellow cultivator Wang, let us end this matter here today. Once we leave, my brilliant Void realm will not interfere further." Aside from the man in black, everyone had taken a side. Wang Lin's eyes flickered. He cupped his fists toward Wang Wei. Junior was reckless. "I will leave this matter for Senior to decide." Though Wang Wei was displeased with Wang Lin's earlier actions, he nodded upon seeing that Wang Lin knew when to stop. His gaze shifted to the All-Seer and the others. "Very well. Let us set aside all personal grievances for now. The last 3 floors are fraught with danger. I ask all fellow cultivators not to hold back. Once we reach the 7th floor, we will gather at the center. After speaking, the All-Seer and his group smiled and nodded. Hu Xuan stepped forward and approached the stone tablet. She placed her jade-like hand upon it and pressed gently. Purple light erupted from the tablet. It trembled, releasing a deep rumbling sound. In an instant, cracks spread across the ground. The floor collapsed, revealing a vast starry sky beneath. Everyone fell into it and vanished. Ju Yi was taken along by Wang Wei toward the starry transfer array. The 7th floor of the Celestial Emperor Cave was completely different from the first 6. There were no pavilions. Instead, it was a boundless sea of flames, like a world unto itself. Within this limited space stood a towering volcano at the center, surrounded by thick black fog. The volcano rumbled continuously, and from time to time fire rained down from the sky. The ground was fractured into countless floating fragments drifting atop magma. Black gas seeped from the cracks, radiating intense heat. Upon arrival, everyone was scattered. When Wang Lin landed, he immediately scanned his surroundings. His brows furrowed. Wrong. Everything here was completely different from the map's description of the 7th floor. There was no resemblance at all. His expression darkened. Looking ahead, he saw Hu Huan about 1,000 feet away. She too was observing the surroundings, confusion evident in her eyes. Their gazes met. Hu Huan gave a bitter smile and shook her head. Wang Lin withdrew his gaze. Her reaction was genuine. She was as confused as he was. The terrain is flat with only the volcano. The entrance to the 8th floor must be inside it. Hu Juan's voice echoed, reaching everyone. In the distance, Master Void stood pale as death. Even under the glow of flames, his face remained devoid of color. His right hand pressed against his chest, where waves of pain surged. A strange sword energy lingered there, preventing the wound from healing. All-Seer Wang Lin and that sword spirit. I will remember this. If I do not repay you 10-fold, no 100-fold, I will never rest. His gaze was filled with gloom. Damn it. Even the Celestial Emperor Cave turns against me. Such dense fire origin energy. It may benefit that little bastard. His thoughts raged, but suddenly he froze. Cold sweat covered his body. My cultivation has fallen, and my temperament has changed. How could I lose control so easily? He took a deep breath, suppressing his anger and forcing himself to calm down. Wang Wei moved to Hu Quan's side. The two transformed into streaks of light and flew toward the volcano. At the same time, the All-Seer and the others also set off. The beautiful woman, the old man on the gourd, and the man in black all flew toward the volcano. Master Void cast one last cold glance at Wang Lin before following. Wang Lin advanced slowly through the air. He knew his cultivation could not compare to those old monsters. He did not rush forward, but moved cautiously. Not far away, another figure slowed down the suspected brilliant Void Saintess. Her gaze fell upon Wang Lin. She stopped as if waiting for him. Wang Lin's expression remained cold. Seeing her pause, he simply curved his path and went around her. He had no desire to interact with her and continued toward the volcano. The girl in pink snorted softly when she saw this. She no longer paid him any attention and flew ahead. As she left, a strange light flickered in Wang Lin's eyes. Though the environment differed from the map as he moved forward, he noticed traces of celestial jade remnants within the cracks. Clearly, countless years ago, this had indeed been the 7th floor. Something unimaginable had occurred, turning it into a land of flames and ruin. Wang Lin gazed at the towering volcano. Closing his eyes, he spread out his divine sense. After a long time, he opened them again. His conviction deepened. This volcano had not formed naturally. It had been moved here. The closer he drew, the clearer the signs became. The rocks surrounding the volcano were entirely different from the ground. I imagine others have also noticed something strange about this volcano. Standing at its base, Wang Lin did not rush inside. His gaze shifted, eventually landing on magma flowing through a crack. The intense heat did not discomfort him. On the contrary, it felt pleasant. Even the origin energy within his body stirred more actively. This change benefits me. Wang Lin extended his right hand into the magma. Instantly he sensed the boundless fire element within. The heat enveloped his hand, bringing a strange comfort. His origin energy circulated, forming a vortex within his body. A powerful suction emerged, using his hand as a bridge. The fire origin energy within the magma stirred, then slowly flowed into Wang Lin's body. I have already learned the first 3 of Celestial Emperor Bai Fan's 6 spells. But according to senior brother Qing Shui, the latter 3 contain the true essence of Bai Fan's power. The first of those is Mountain Crumbles. In the Slaughter Domain, I saw Qing Shui use it. It resembled a volcanic eruption. Wang Lin pondered as he absorbed the fire origin energy, his gaze fixed on the volcano. To his right, the man in black harboring a hidden black dragon also refrained from entering. He sat down, placing his left hand into the magma, just like Wang Lin absorbing the fire's origin energy. From time to time, he glanced at Wang Lin. In his eyes flickered both fear and hostility. Vermilion bird. If I devour the vermilion bird, will my flame dragon awaken a second time? No need to wait for the next episode. The full audio novel is already available on my website. Check it out below, daoaudio.org.